Test, test, test. Test, test. All right, how's that? It's All right. Alright, that's working. Test, test, test. Not my normal camera either. I don't know if this is working well or not. Try. That looks alright. Not sure. Hey Dauntless, how's it going? This is a real rough, informal thing. Yeah, just trying to do something different. Trying to get away from like just the flat background with, you know, nothing going on in the back. New setup on the other side of the wall from where my workbench is. New things. Yeah, the lighting is terrible. I don't have any of my lights set up. My camera is just my webcam. I don't have my my Sony A5100 set up either. I just haven't had a chance to move everything over. Yep. X Class is right there, right in front of me. Speedy, what's up, man? How you doing? Just working on a new layout for the live stream stuff. Just kind of want to see what you guys think. This is just real informal. I'm just kind of in the middle of moving things around. I kind of like the idea of having the live chat on screen, because if I take this and I want to like hack it up into little bits of video for, you know, not live stream. As soon as you hack it up in YouTube, you'll lose the live chat. But this, it's the live chat's going to be stuck on the screen for, you know, forever. Which I guess can have its ups and downs. All right, thanks, Speedy. Appreciate it. Actually, I've got a video where I did fly the X Class in the house. Well, the hover tested it. Well, since you guys all came by, let me see if I can find that. Let me poke through all my files here. All right, Jeremy. We'll see you around, buddy. So I know I had a video where I hovered in a house. Maybe I deleted it. Well, I definitely misplaced it. Yeah, I can't seem to find it. Another day. Alec, welcome. Yeah, Alec, I've been trying to make it a regular thing. I work afternoons, so I usually don't get home till about 8, and it kind of depends on whether my daughter and my wife are up, whether I get a chance to stream. I'd like to do it more consistently. I tried doing like Saturday at like 9:45, but I think I'm gonna start trying to do Fridays when I get home from work, like around 9. I know the ideal time to do it's around like noon, but that ain't gonna happen, unfortunately. What prop size on X Class? It is a 13-inch prop. Evenings seem like they'd be better, but according to YouTube analytics, which take that for what it's worth, 12:30 would be the ideal time to stream. I don't really believe them, but whatever. Yeah, sorry about the lighting and the camera and the audio. I don't have my light set up. I'm recording through my Logitech Brio, and I'm using the microphone from the Brio as well. So things don't look or sound as good as they usually do. Man, I went through and did a bunch of data dump, and I think I may have lost a bunch of stuff for my X class, which I'm kind of bummed about. Yeah, Speedy, that was a fun little test. I definitely need to go back and redo it. A couple issues a bunch of people pointed out, which I kind of knew there were going to be. One was the antenna orientation on the Crossfire and the R9, but in the end, it was the same between the R9 and the Crossfire because they both had the same disadvantage. But I'll definitely go out and do it again. Duplicate. All right, let's try this. Or did it work like I thought it was going to?
Telemetry.
I don't know what to do with the Archer, why it is so well. I'll bring that down. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of just messing around with this layup. The Archer it's a really good receiver. FR Sky did some really good stuff with that one. And I have a couple different Archer receivers, and they're both working pretty darn well. James Hansen, if you're having issues with failsafe on R9 with the R9mm, definitely go back and reflash the firmware for everything. Make sure they're all on the same version, and then check your antennas. Depending on what antenna you got with your transmitter module, are you using the Super 8 or are you just using the linear antenna? If you're using a linear antenna, take that one, unscrew it, and then find the nearest trash can and throw it the fuck away, because it is a piece of junk. Okay, you got the Super 8. Now the Super 8 breaks very easily too if you're not careful with it. But the Super 8's pretty good. Antenna orientation does help out a lot. If you've got your Super 8 antenna flat out in front of your receiver, then you want your antenna flat on your quad. Or if you have it pointed like this, then you want the antenna like that on the quad. But most of the time, it's a firmware incompatibility issue is why you get fail-safes with R9. And unfortunately, the older R9 stuff will let you, all the R9 stuff will let you bind with wrong firmwares. And some will just not do anything, and some will work really, really weird. And then what antennas are you using on the R9? Are you using the wannabe Immortal T antennas, or the flexible antenna? I need to get out and fly this X class more. Like, I've only flown it maybe a dozen times. The thing scares the shit out of me to fly, to be honest with you. There's just so much money going through the air, and I'm really worried. I'm really scared to crash the thing. I know this scene's kind of just a jumbled mess here with my webcam being like part of a block here, and then the video being the other part, and a bunch of gaps. I can't move. Oh darn it! I can't move my camera around because the overlay is like a animated file because of the little bar there. Hey, Galen, how you doing, man? But last time I flew the X-Class, it needed a lot of tuning. It still needs a lot of tuning. Doing good. I just kind of messing around with a new live stream setup. Lights, camera, and audio are not final. I just didn't feel like I just didn't feel like setting that stuff up. I'm kind of working with the layout and the background of the live stream windows. The TX16S, yeah, that works with the R9. Oh, yes, but only up to a certain firmware version, I believe. But it should work. Thanks, Eric Allen. I need to go out and get some new lights. I've got one here, but it's so harsh that I can't really use it. I'm trying to get away from streaming off my laptop. I'm having a lot of issues with the laptop just because of honestly, I'm running out of USB bandwidth. I've got so many things plugged into it that I can't. I can't do everything on it. Like I can only have 2 cameras, my cheapo Stream Deck that I built, and like 1 USB cable to like a quad. Otherwise, the whole thing crashes. Oh, you're gonna be in Biloxi this weekend. Fortunately, I got to work this weekend. Where do you fly when you go to Biloxi? You fly. Wow. Yeah, I think I remember that. You fly at like just like a park or something like that, or where do you go? So I think I like this window. I like the setup. I like having the chat being on the video. I don't like this where it says just chatting. I think I'm gonna find this file and edit that out to just something else. Just chatting sounds weird to me. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's nice that you have a place to fly. Yeah, Travis, the transition's kind of cool. I just see it getting old after a while. I think I might put a couple different transitions in there, make it only do that swipe from one screen to another, and then a different swipe from. OBS is really powerful. You can make it do a lot of different things. I just want to see how well this worked out. But what I was thinking about with this screen is to do either like I was thinking about doing simming on this screen here. I've been playing around with 3D mode in Liftoff, which pretty interesting. I'm gonna try giving 3D mode a shot with one of my quads. I'm still waiting on the VTX for that stupid Banggood budget F7 build. I still haven't gotten the VTX. It's lost somewhere between Jersey and Southern Alabama since the 7th. So last time it was scanned. So I don't know. I think Travis, I appreciate that. Stream from a toaster. I like that. I think I'm just gonna go and throw a VTX in it that I have sitting around. It's been too long. I can't keep waiting on that build, because that's the one I plan on tuning and 3D doing 3D mode on. It's a knockoff Apex Banggood special frame with a pretty nice looking F7 flight controller. We'll see how well it actually works out in the end, but it looks nice. Yeah, I take a exorbitant amount of shit for referencing Banggood all the time, but the reason I do is exactly like you said. It's like the Walmart of parts. I can show you where it is on Banggood. You can either get it from there, or you can just at least reference it and get it from somewhere else. People don't just go to the link that I give you, but Banggood is open to damn near everybody except for like India. India has a really hard time getting parts. Um, but for most people outside the U.S. or even even Canada to get parts sent from a U.S. retailer to anywhere outside of the country, the shipping rates just go through the roof. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. So I think I like this setup here. I might try to fancy up that chat window here. So I'm just poking through different files on my computer here. Oh boy, customs is something that most of us in the U.S., especially with this hobby, don't think about because we don't pay any customs duty fees, or if we do, it's very very rare. Um, there are a lot of things that do get duties added onto them, but most of the FUV stuff, it's not a thing. What do you think? Too much? Not enough? All right, Travis, man. 12:30. Yeah, it's like getting 11:30 here. So um, this was just kind of put together just to kind of mess around. See what you guys are up to tonight, Travis. I'll see you around, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. $21 backpack costs you $60 Canadian total. Oh my man. Private Island. I just sold a low pro BX or BP X3 yesterday. Yep, just sold my old backpack yesterday. Love that backpack though. The Race Day Quad backpack is a pretty nice backpack. I don't have one, but I've got my hands on one. It's pretty nice. You can see where they cut the corners to kind of bring the cost down, but it's not in places where I think it would make too much of a difference. Oh, that's the one you bought was the RDQ backpack? One of the things I really liked about it is how they did their tool storage. I mean, as soon as I opened it up, I was like, oh, this is how everybody should be doing this. I thought it was really, really well thought out. Yeah. So another thing I'm trying to add is alert boxes. So I should get. Oh, I don't like where that's at. There you go. Get little alerts on screen. Actually, I think this might be a good scene for showing videos, like either my own or ones from other um, other people's YouTube videos. I think this might be a good scene for that. I don't know. This is going to be a like an ever evolving process, I think. Oh, is it really? Ooh, I didn't think of that. Is it the YouTube chat that's covering my face, or is it? Sorry, I'm looking at my phone right now. Oh, okay, so that's the YouTube chat that's covering my face. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone right now. Oh, okay, so that's the YouTube chat that's covering my face. Shut up, me. Um, so when it's showing up on the left, that's the YouTube chat replay. The one on the right, which I'll show you, I'll cut it off right there. That's the one that I'm feeding back into my live stream from Streamlabs. Is that what you're seeing on your end too? Ah, okay. Let's do this then. I figure out how to group these two together. That should be a little better. Maybe. Rick Spada, how you doing, buddy? Sale flat 1402. Ooh, I don't know. Sail fly, let's see. Let's see, the sail fly is designed for like the 3-hole mount motors. Which motors did you say you got? Well, I'm gonna say it's gonna depend on the motors you bought. I think that sailfly frame is designed for a 3-hole mount, and most 1402 motors are gonna be a 4-hole mount. It can work, but you may have to drill out your holes by hand. Looking for a real light sub 250 school bus frame. I think the FEV Cycle Glide light frame is about the lightest school bus frame I've seen. But with that, it's going to be fragile. So how's the chat look now? Is it... so I'm looking at my phone here. I've got YouTube chat is on the left, my chat's on the right. And the reason why I'm adding my chat to the stream is if I have like a topic that we talk about and I want to cut it up and use it later, you lose the YouTube chat as soon as you edit the live stream. You take 2 seconds off the beginning of it, all the live chat's gone. And YouTube loses a lot of the live chat anyway, so I want to kind of have it archived in the video. I don't know. It might be something that I get rid of in the future. Not sure. Oh, I'm really digging this. I like this screen. Supposedly this goal bar is supposed to automatically update with super chats. I have no idea. But I do have the Bite Frost system, or Bite Shark system. Wait, which one is this? Is this Bite Shark now? I don't know. I've had both, but I've got it now on my Orcas. I still haven't put a VTX in anything, but Shark Bite, yep. I have fixed wing and I have flown fixed wing, but well, that worked. How about the bar thing? Why is that not working? Eric Allen, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Let's see. Why did that not work? Do I have to manually enter that in every time? I don't think it'll even let me. Well, that's something to figure it out. Yeah, Ciati, he punches his in by hand, just in the OBS text editing box. This is run through Streamlabs. Same thing with this chat, and then the notification that came up at the top. Hmm. Chats. Well, that'll be something to troubleshoot later. Take a note. I know a lot of this stuff's meant to be used on Streamlabs OBS, but I'm just using the bare bones OBS Studio. It seems to work a little bit cleaner, or runs a little cleaner, I should say. Mike, $5 from Mike. Thank you very much for what you do here. You can get the Shark Bite bundle. Seems to have it all separately. Yeah, there are a few bundles out there. I think Rotor Riot store is selling them in bundles, but for the most part, it's kind of piecemeal. You buy the video receiver, and then the flight controllers, the cameras are separate, and I think the video cables are separate. You know, give me a second. Let me grab one real quick. I don't have my bench cam set up. I just got a camera in, and oh, okay. So the cameras do come with the camera cables, which is nice. But they do sell longer cables separately. I had the Bitefrost system when it first came out, and I was really impressed with it. The quality is not that of DJI. I don't think this is ever going to be, but it has a different use case. So this is the one that comes with the camera, and this is the optional one that you can purchase separate. It's about, maybe 50 millimeters longer. So the one that comes with the camera is about 85 or 80 millimeters, and then the one you buy separate is I'd say about 120. Rough measurements. That's what she said. But the cameras are a lot nicer than they were before. These things are just tiny little cameras. I'm expecting the quality to be either the same or possibly even a little bit better than the old Bitefrost system. But like I said, the Bitefrost system I was really impressed with the quality of it. I use it for a couple races, which worked out well because it played well with other people on analog, where DJI does not play well at races at all with analog. You pretty much have to run a separate digital only class, which is a real bummer. I mean, I guess if there's 16 people here, we can talk about it. We can talk about, let me stop this thing here. We can talk about the DJI digital FPV V2, V1.4 if you want to. I'm not gonna, I really missed the boat. I should have grabbed my goggles and held them up and said I had the DJI V2 and then talked about all the specs, because there's no way you would be able to tell because they're identical. Same crappy fit, at least in my opinion. The fit's the fit on the shell's terrible. Um, but I'm not ready to buy it yet. I have heard that the USB-C will do video out to a smartphone app, which that's really cool. That really cool feature there. Um, I'm waiting to see what that 2.4 gigahertz receiver transmitter module that's built into it's for. That was in the FCC listing. Here's my guess at what it's for, my hope anyways. My hope is, all right, so the big deal with DJI is it can't break into racing because one, it can't DVR or it can't live output, which looks like they kind of sort of fix that. And two, it doesn't play well with analog because it has telemetry. So it's talking back and forth to the quad. My hope is that 2.4 gigahertz is the telemetry signal back and forth to the quad. There's going to be a new, again, this is all speculation. I don't know any of this. There's going to be a new like light race module, race VTX, which is going to use 2.4 to do telemetry and 5.8 to do video. That way it can actually play with analog. So you can run analog and DJI side by side. I so hope that's it. If that's the case, I will be out there. I'll get a set tomorrow. This looks weird. I'm gonna move this. Rick's paid. I want to build sub 250 grams. See how they fly. So I built a sub 250 5-inch race quad on 14.0 something or other motors, and it was very impressive. It was fast. It flew like shit. It was super floaty. Like you punch the throttle and you just sit there, just waiting for it to come down. I did not like the way it flew, but that was back like pre-Beta Flight 4.0 days, so things might be different now. It's definitely something to revisit. I did build a 3-inch race quad that's under 250, or I just built a 3-inch that's under 250, but it's like right at 250, and it flies really darn good. I mean, like really good. I'm surprised how good it flies. I don't know why YouTube flagged that comment. All right. Apparently saying I want a freestyle sub 250 is flagged by YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Eric Allen, you pre-ordered yours? Oh man, you are gonna absolutely love it. It has ruined me for flying acro. None of my quads, my 5-inch acro quads have analog in them anymore. It's straight DJI, and I'm okay with carrying 2 sets of goggles around. It's that good, especially after the 500 or the 50 megabit update they did. It is Scraggle, dude. Scraggle's not a thing anymore. It's so good. Brooks made a 4-inch tiny trainer. That'd be kind of neat. Tommy's frame, I think Tommy's going to be, if anybody can do it, Tommy's going to do it. He's going to be the first person to get the sub 250 that flies worth of shit going. It'll be him. Brandon Baked Beans, welcome, man. How you doing? I watched the crash test. It was painful. It looked like somebody was like breaking his finger or something. Like it was like hurting him to break his frame. Yeah, I would definitely hang on to your HDOs. Analog still has its place, flying micros and things like that. But I bought an analog faceplate adapter from a chap out in the UK that is ultra low profile. He had it nylon SLA printed. It hardly adds any bulk to the front of the goggles. It's so nice. And then I just put a rapid fire inside of it. So I had the option. I went a couple months of flying just the DJI goggles to see if it's actually viable to have just DJI. I know everybody talks about, oh, you can just add analog to it, but I don't see anybody doing that. I did it for about a month and a half, and I could live with it. I mean, going back to my Orcas after that was like, oh, wow. But You could definitely live with it for sure. Yeah, like throwing your kid at a concrete wall, basically. Let's see, I was going to get the Cyclone FPV Quattro Flame. It's only 46 grams of TPU. Yeah, the Tommy's motors look freaking sweet. You know, I've seen a bunch of these Cyclone FPV frames, and I gotta say they're interesting, but I don't know. Ugh, that thing has like double its weight in TPU, and the capacitor is just like zip tied to the underside of it. Interesting frame. Interesting frame for sure. It's light. The DVR and the DJI, or the DJI goggles is gonna blow you away. It's pretty darn good, especially if you're coming off of Fat Sharks. Frame for DJI Acro. Are you planning on using the full size air unit or a Vista? If you're gonna do full size, the Apex, it's an expensive frame, but it is damn nice. If you're gonna do the Vista, I would go with a Glide for sure. The Vista is just huge. It weighs a ton, but the Glide frame. Actually, I just got a Glide frame. Where'd it go? Yeah, I just picked up a used Glide frame. I traded a Tiny Hawk 2 for it, and I've always wanted a Glide, and I gotta say this thing is strong as hell, very well cut, very well thought out, and pretty stinking light. They do have a hammer which has like 6 mil arms and 3 mil body plates that weighs, I think, like 120 grams. But that thing is built like an absolute tank. Nemesis Micro V2. Let's see, Nemesis Micro V2. Oh, that's a cool frame. It reminds me of, Ishin did like a race frame, which was kind of a copy of like the Floss V1. It's just that top plate kind of gives me that Floss V1 feel. That's an interesting frame. I like that. I built the quad, the FPV Crate Sub 250 quad. I managed to get it under 250 grams using all the parts they gave you. I mean, obviously the battery was the big determining factor on it, but that thing flies really damn good, like surprisingly well. Yeah, 3-inch. See, yeah, use a smoke stopper. Use the V-Fly smoke stopper. That is the only one I recommend. Because it actually works for the most part. I've tried emu flight on a few micros that flew terrible on beta flight, and they flew just as bad on emu flight, but that was maybe 8 months ago. I haven't revisited emu flight since then, but um, I really kind of want to. The one stick steering, I'm really kind of interested in that for micro racing. Just figure I'd give it a shot. It'd be kind of neat. The speech to text is interesting. Yeah, the light bulb smoke stopper is just as good as the V-Fly one. The V-Fly one's just kind of pretty, basically. But it does essentially the same thing. Man, I almost like I like reading the chat over here better than the YouTube chat box I have going on over in that general direction. Yeah, I really want to try the dual axis stuff. It it interests me for some reason. I hear a lot of people bagging on EmuFlight for not using RPM filtering. I don't know if that's still something that's in development or they're just not planning on using uh, RPM filtering. Okay, so they are coming. Oh, so you're moving the not fast enough stuff. Okay. Um, I gotta say the silverware 1S whoops I have are probably some of my favorite flying whoops. I don't know what's different, but it is it is better feeling. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. All right, let's go back to here. We'll add. We do browser. No. There we go. This is what I was looking for earlier. This is me being a complete dumbass. I can't believe I did this. Look at the plane. Oh man. And the more fucked up part about that was I was having ESC issues in that thing. I went through 3 ESCs on one arm, and that was the 4th ESC I put in that. But like when they would go out, the thing would go batshit, and I didn't feel like going outside to test it. But I was hiding behind my door to my little workroom, and it's a solid core oak door. The ceiling's corrugated steel, real good for RF. But that thing just kept eating ESCs. It was either the flight controller or the PDB that was eating ESCs. And the awesome thing about iFlight is most of the parts came from Banggood. Some of the ESCs came from iFlight, but the flight controller and the PDB came from iFlight. They paid me, or they refunded me the cost of all the ESCs that I put into it, whether I bought it from them or not. The PDB and the flight controller, they refunded all of that shit. Which, I mean, most of it I didn't even buy from them, which is freaking amazing. They definitely made a fan of me that day. Yeah, so the ceiling is. Oh, let's do this. Let's go add another video capture device. C920. So there you go. Move it down. There you go. So the ceiling in my basement, it's all corrugated steel up there. But I mean, even with that corrugated steel, I can fly a micro all the way upstairs and around and back, and I mean, it breaks up a little bit when I get in the farthest corners. Like, actually, right above me is when I start to have a breakup. So if you go straight up from where I'm at, that's the living room, and then over that corner, that's the master bedroom. If I fly over in that corner, I have video issues. Over there would be like where the kitchen is, and I seem to be fine there. But yeah, I do. Someone asked if I fly fixed wings, so I do have a few fixed wings. So I've got a Night Radian, which I've flown like twice. A Zode Dart, I think that's what it is, which I've flown like twice, and then a reptile that I built that I've flown a grand total of like 10 feet and then crashed violently into the ground. Fixed wing kind of messes with me. I don't like flying fixed wing. I need to get more comfortable with it, I think, is kind of my issue. So we can do, let's see, we'll do this. We'll shut the brie off, so that'll be that one. And then side cam, face cam, there we go. Rename. Yeah, so the Night Radian, I really like that, flying that thing around at the field. I mean, it'll almost hover. That with a decent breeze, it'll just kind of come down. One of the guys I was flying with, he caught it for me. I'm so green to fixed wing that basically I'd have somebody launch it, get trimmed, and I'll start flying it just to kind of get the feel for it. But I mean, I have plenty of opportunity to go fly fixed wing, but also when I have that opportunity to fly fixed wing, I'm also flying quads, or I have the opportunity to fly quads. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mostly have them because, like, at the races, in between heats, or like when things are kind of afterwards, people, or beforehand, people are just kind of farting around with their fixed wing, and they look like they're having an absolute blast. So just want to join in on the fun. But I don't know. So here's the be right back scene. I'll play this for a couple seconds. You guys let me know what you think. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. And here's what the start looks like. And then that really awkward pause at the end of the live stream where you're trying to figure out how to stop it. I have this now. Still need to clean some stuff up. I think I might try to mix and match some other stinger transitions. I think that same one every time is going to get old, so I want to get at least one, maybe two more different stingers in there to kind of mix things up, so it's not the same one over and over. I don't know. Can you guys hear the audio from the stinger too? I know I can. I don't know what you guys are hearing. Yeah, helis. I've watched a few people fly helis, and that honestly scares the hell out of me. This X class is nothing compared to those things. I feel like those are just one slip from lobbing your head off, and they look expensive, real expensive. The X class, when you're flying it in the goggles, it's like flying any other quad. Like it's nothing special until you either fly by yourself and you feel the prop wash come off of it, or B, you see your shadow on the ground. Then you realize what it is you're playing with. some. I was gonna save this for the this weekend's live stream. This isn't my normal streaming time. This is just kind of a impromptu thing. But I cut some new toothpick frames. Yeah, these are my design, and I cut them myself in my garage. And people always talk about orientation of carbon fiber and how it can kind of ruin the strength of the frame. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to see, but these two are cut differently. Wait, which one am I talking about? So this one, the grain is going against the arm, and this one is going, or the weave is going with the arm on this one, going against the arm on that one. Here is the one that's cut wrong, and it is super flexible. I don't know how well that's coming across. Here's the one that's cut right. Same amount of pressure. So it does make a difference, guys. It makes a huge difference. The difference also will be is the one that's cut wrong. If you crash it, it'll bend, and you can bend it back. Whereas this one will just break. So there's a give and take. Clearly, you want the one that's stiffer. But I have bent an arm and bent it back and flew it for many, many weeks. 3-inch toothpick frames. And I've designed the arms. Man, I can't wait to get my lights set up. I've designed the arms to be... You know, let me try this. This is really throwing me off. Let me see if I can... I think it makes more sense in my head. I reversed the camera. But, so you see I designed, I'm using my forehead as contrast. It's weird. But I designed the arms to do 4-hole and 3-hole motor mounts. It'll do a AIO and a 16x16. But I'm gonna build up one of these on a live stream. I've got all the pieces to do it. Just kind of some old Amoxino motors laying around. I'll probably build that up and give it away, and I'll probably give away the other 2 frames for super chats. I'll give away well, I'll probably just, I don't know. I don't know if I should do a super chat giveaway for the one that's cut wrong or not. I don't know. I got some other carbon plates sitting out in the garage. I think this was 2 mil. I've got some 3 mil stuff too, and I think I got some 4. I think a 4 mil. I think a 4 mil one of these would be ridiculous. Rick Cepeda, I'm not planning on mass producing these things. I made a bunch. So I was selling these long before kebab was, and these are called the cavity. That's what I call them. I was selling these to locals, friends, and family for, I think it was like 20 bucks a piece. Because buying carbon in the quantities I bought it in, it's pretty expensive. But this was like the first kind of toothpick frame that I saw out there. But I don't plan on selling these. I think I'm just going to use them for giveaways, things like that. Super chat giveaways, Patreon giveaways, things like that. I'm not super confident in my ability to design a decent frame. I know these things fly freaking bananas really well. These things fly really well. Yeah, I've got a Shapeoko 3. I've had it for, every once in a while, I just fall back asswards into like really good deals. There was just a dude that had a Shapeoko that bought it to cut a frame. He never used it, and I picked it up for pennies for what it was worth. It was almost to the point where the guy was just like wanting to get rid of it. So this is the original 2.5 inch that I was cutting. I could cut a school bus frame, but I feel like there's so many out there that there's nothing I can really bring to the table that would be anything better than what's already out there. Um, my motivation for this is there was nothing like this out there. This is a stretched X 3-inch toothpick. Like I don't know if anybody's got something like that out there, but um, these were out there pretty a long time ago. Yo, Ciati, what's up, buddy? Trying out some new streaming layout type thingamabobbers. What do you think? Not the camera I'm going to be using, or the lights, or the audio. This is just I moved my setup to a different room and just working on kind of the OBS layout. No lightweight ones. Well, there's lighter weight ones. See the Glide light frame is 86 grams. It's a full 5-inch bust style frame. I don't know how you can get any better than that, and be a 5-inch in that body style. 5-inch toothpick would be lighter, but I I haven't experienced a good 5-inch toothpick yet. Oh man, you said on one of your live streams that's like the first game you've played in forever, and it was going to start up a whole new world of shit for you. And look what happened. Now you're not you should go be a Twitch streamer now. You might actually get paid over there. I poked around on Twitch for a little bit. I don't get it. Like, you get paid in gems, something. That's weird. I'm not. I'm not smart enough to branch out to another platform. Like shit, Instagram confuses the fuck out of me. Like, I barely understand Instagram. I was thinking about. I've got a Twitter account. I've never logged into it more than like to set it up, and I don't really want to either. I have been playing Liftoff flying 3D mode. I'm going to give 3D mode a shot and break everything, I'm sure. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077. I really enjoy that game. But with that said, the last game I played before that was Fallout New Vegas, so it's been a while. You sold your good computer. Yeah, I was almost thinking about re-enabling centering on my throttle stick. But I mean, I flew around the sim for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And after you kind of retrain yourself to not bury the throttle when you go inverted, because then you're just accelerating into the ground, it doesn't become too bad. But you do lose a shitload of resolution, as I'm sure you would know, by cutting your throttle in half. Um, Putting on a switch would be a good idea. Might give that a shot. Yeah, probably. I'll probably try flying it with just a normal setup for just to see how it goes. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Motor looming would help. Um, or motor scaling. I need to go cut a few more frames. Um, I put out to my patrons if there was anything. I put the design out there, and these designs are free. I've got them on my Thingiverse page. On Thingiverse, you can download the files. I printed these out of PETG, and they fly pretty damn good. I mean, they don't take a crash, but you'd be surprised what a small toothpick-sized quad will do when it's 3D printed frame. Mike, are you talking about trying to do 3D mode on a 75X? So I think the issue you're going to run into is the props are not going to have enough thrust in reverse. The 3D mode props are almost like a non-profiled prop. They're like a 45-degree paddle, so there's equal thrust forward and reverse. Um, typical quad props are optimized for one direction, but not the other. Most likely, you probably wouldn't be able to generate enough thrust to actually A, either get off the ground, or B, to stabilize yourself once you were off the ground. So you'd have to try to find some 75 specific 3D mode props. And I don't know if those exist. Yeah, they hardly have enough to do turtle mode. Um, yeah, I don't. I just did a quick glance through the old YouTubers, and I don't see it. But what you could do, if you made it light enough, is you could put 8 motors on it. 2 of them going in. No, don't do that. That's just stupid. Wow, that microphone is sensitive. It's picking up me just dropping these frames on the desk. Oof. Sorry, guys. All right, well, it's getting up to about 11:30 here. I need to get to bed. I got to get the kid to school in the morning and do some finishing touches on this. I got some camera gear showing up in the next week. Another camera mount arm for my Canon, or no, my Sony. Yeah, do a 75X 8. You'd probably be the only one that's ever done it. How would that work? How would you do the... you'd have to find a FC that would have 8 motor outputs? Yeah, it's a stupid idea. Don't do it. It'd be interesting though if you made it happen. Like the stupid linchpin thing. If you guys haven't seen the videos on that, that is weird watching that thing fly around. I'm surprised someone was able to get that to happen, and it sounded like the guy got the thing flying in a couple hours, which is crazy to me. I don't know how he's. I would like to see how he's controlling it. Yeah, in a day. But I think the guy was he like an iNav dev, or I think he was a dev for one of the firmwares. I can't remember which one he was. But I guess if you're a dev, you probably are predisposed to it. Private Island. Hit me with a link. Tell you what, Private Island, hit me with a link. I'll play that on the way out, and put a fork in this one. Is it the My Movie 4, the one from 4 days ago? Any copyrighted music in it? All right, guys. Let's do this. I'll leave you with the with Private Islands video here, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for stopping by. This was just kind of an impromptu thing. Hopefully you guys like the new setup. This is definitely not the way it's going to stay. I got a lot of work to do to make this thing look right. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.